Anodea Judith introduced me to this lovely, lovely woman and goddess, Anita. And immediately I felt an infinity and connection with her and just knew that I would know her for a long time. So I'm so excited to have Anita, which is the founder and owner of the Fountain of Light Educational School and Center in the Netherlands. She's a chakra master teacher. She's a yoga teacher, a spiritual teacher, and she also is an oracle and a priestess. So I'm so delighted to have her here with us. Anita, it's so great to have you. So nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's likewise. Yeah, as we just said, we only know each other for a year, but it's a feeling that it's way longer, isn't it? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like I've known you for years.
Funny, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll dive right in because I know you have so much knowledge and wisdom to share with us today. So the first question I have is, what does the goddess mean to you?
Yeah. And a question like that brings me back to my really early childhood when I went to Sunday school in the Netherlands. We have a thing like Sunday school where you learn about Christianity, and you learn the songs and their nice stories. Do you have that as well in America? Sunday school?
Yeah,
okay.
I went to Sunday school too, Anita, but see, my parents were not religious at all. Like, they were the opposite of being religious.
All right.
But
and
I
was
trying to find my way. Yeah. And so I wanted to go to Sunday school. But yes, in America, the Christianity is very popular and lots of people go to church. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I think to learn about Christianity as, the main religion at that time in the Netherlands, I think it's really good because, you learn something about religion and the origin of, most of the big religions are very pure and good. But what I noticed as a young child, there was this song, it's called Children from One Father. And I thought, yeah, one father, I could imagine that. But what about the mother? Where was the mother in the whole story? And there was Mother Mary, of course. And she had a baby like that. And I was like, but if there's a father and there's a mother, why, I was a wise child. But I always question that. Where's the feminine part in our religion? And I studied the Gnostic Christianity. I was even as a child, I was always interested in what makes people do things. Why? What created life? What is? I had that spiritual connection really early, and I felt it really deep in nature. I remember I was sitting under a tree while there was rain dropping, and I was looking at the drop of rain, and I knew that the whole world was in that drop of rain. And I also knew that I had to remember this thought because it was a very important thought. And I was about 8 or 9, So later on, I understood that thought, And I didn't know what I wanted to become. So I got introduced to yoga, and it felt like, coming home. And I did this teacher's training, and then I learned about the Hindu gods and the bodhisattvas. And after that training, I thought, well, that's interesting, but that's from a whole different part of the world. How about our own gods and goddesses, pre-Christian religion? What about that? And then I learned about the European deities, and I thought it was, you know, it really resonated with my soul, like the Celts and the Norse and the German and the, you know, the even the Roman and the Greek gods and goddesses, and I see them as inspiring and parts of human beings. I mean, that's how I see it. And well, there is this European goddess. Her name is Anna, and I'm Anita. I'm just a little Anna. You know, Anita is a small Anna. You know, so my grandmother was also an Anna, so I'm named after my grandmother, of course. But there's I felt that connection. Yeah. So there's also always been an urge to honor the feminine part in life, in my soul, in my being. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. And I love how you made that connection to, you know, to that archetype of that goddess.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause, yeah, that's how I see it too, is they're the archetypes of that energetic kind of blueprint that we can connect to. Yeah. Beautiful. And so my next question for you is, what are your feelings about the redemption of the feminine spirit and the feminine wound?
I think it's going on for quite a while. I mean, it started with the female power of the suffragettes and you know, the emancipation. Can you say that? Emancipation? How say it? The liberation of women. I think in this day and age, women are very powerful, and they have more power than since a very, very long time. And I think I have a really strong feeling that at this moment we have to step up. We have to, we have to reset ourselves, because we have given our power away, and not only like women have given their power away, but we have give the power of the feminine energy away, like our connection to the magnetic forces in our human being. You know, we have the masculine, electric, outgoing force in us, but we also have the magnetic, feminine force in us, and both need to be in balance to have a world in balance. I mean, I'm a firm believer of, what is inside happening is also outside happening. That's why you can use the daily life as a living oracle. What happens around you has something to tell you about what's happened inside of us. So. And I think, if you look at the world at this moment, I mean, we're in strange times, of course, but there are a lot of people who are searching. They can't find it anymore in religions. They can't find it anymore. Politics, they can't find it anymore. The churches are emptying, and people are, well, maybe they are a bit like, and what now? Maybe a bit desperate, like, how now? And I think we need the priestesses and the priests, like, or new, spiritual leaders, and it will be a spiritual transformation on a personal scale, not on the big religion. No, they're fine. If you can find support and your answer and your steps to God or the goddess, it's perfect to be in a bigger religion. But if not, there is something else as well, and it's in our own nature, it's in our own hearts, in our own soul, and we have to connect with that again. So that's how I see the redemption of the goddess, and also the healing of the old wounds. I mean, we can work on that.
Yeah, yeah. And do you have, that's beautiful, beautifully said. Do you have any tips, tools, thoughts about how we can reconnect to our priestess?
Well, I think you have to know yourself to know what is resonating within you. So you have to find your own true earth. You have to hit your ground. You have to be in contact with your true nature. And to get there, I would say go out in nature and feel the earth under your feet and open your heart in nature and see what comes. I mean, and also what is also a really good guideline is your talents and your interests, because they will guide you, they will lead you. What your heart is become happy about, that's your guideline, not what other people say or what you hear in the news. That's thoughts of other people. That's not you. That's not you. And that's not the goddess or the God speaking through you. I mean, that the connection of that will bring you to faith and hope and love and connection and community and compassion, you know, and not in duality and dual thinking. Can you say that? Dual thinking? Like by, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And meditation. Yeah. What about you? What is your way to connect with the goddess?
Yeah, definitely through nature. Definitely.
Mm.
I have I'm so blessed to have, well, in saying that I'm so blessed, I also chose this house because it is right next to a forest. Like, I could have chose a different house, but I chose this one specifically because I can literally 4 minutes away walk into the most magical forest I've ever been in. And instantly I feel the connection to the goddess. And so, yeah, to me, the goddess is the earth, the sky, the water, the fire, the air, and my own being connecting to something that is beyond me, that is in me. So the microcosm of the macrocosm. And
well, same here. I live in a former school building, and we have a big garden. We have a big kitchen garden and a pond and a labyrinth. But there's also really big forests and moors, and the cranes are breeding here. So yeah, it was my choice as well to go outside and create a place where people can come and stay and rejuvenate and connect with nature and connect with their inner god, inner goddess. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. So people can come and stay there and immerse themselves in your teaching. How wonderful.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that as well?
Yeah, well, I have created a center where you can follow, you know, the chakra psychology. You can come for daily yoga classes. So that's for people who are living in the Netherlands or living, in our community. But also it's a place where people can stay for a longer time if they like to go into nature and to relax in the garden and have one-on-one sessions. So yeah, it's all possible here. I created my own dream.
Oh, I love that, Anita. Yeah, you're a woman of my heart.
Yeah, well, you're invited. You should come, right?
Oh, so, I'm coming. As soon as all this coronavirus stuff is done, I am so there. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So before we came on, we were also having a dialogue, and I'm trying to remember that thread because I remember saying, "Oh gosh, you gotta talk about that." It was, I think, about the the awakening, and during these times of great stress, you know, a lot of people are, you know, feeling disconnected, feeling lost, feeling like a loss from their own beliefs even. And so we were talking a little bit about that, and I know you have a huge amount of wisdom in that department as well.
Well, as we can see right now, I mean, the world is in a strange place at the moment, but I firmly believe that change only can come after a period of real chaos. I mean, we have to reset ourselves, we have to reset humanity, because otherwise, you know, Mother Earth will take over. And you know, we have a fair warning going on at the moment. I don't know if you see it that way, but this is what I feel like. If we have too many animals in one place, there will be a disease. And if you want to try and stop that, there will be another disease, you know, like that, because Mother Earth is creating balance. And it's the same with human beings. If there are too many, and if we are using too many of the things that the Earth is offering to us, she will go like, no, and create something like disaster for us humans. So I think we have a fair warning right now, and it's very important to think about what you can do. And what you can do is gather people around you who have the same feeling about, you know, creating a better world and living together with nature, and you know, not being like master of the earth or master of nature, but living together with well, in your garden, or help people or have a garden or whatever. But also it's important to see what is the ground that you are living on, and how can you connect to the old deities of the ground, because they will help you to find your own way back, you know, find your own way back to your own true nature and your own true spirit. So for me, it's the goddess Anna, and I'm named after her, you know, but I mean, I can be inspired by an African goddess, but it's not a goddess of my roots. So I would love to honor the roots of you know, where I'm born in. It's not, as I see it, it's not a coincidence that I'm born in the Netherlands, and you know, I'm a daughter of farmers and entrepreneurs, and you know, that's my lineage. Also, mothers who knew a lot about herbs and you know, have weather wisdom and practiced weather magic and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I think that's very important too. We, you know, in this day and age where everybody is on internet and everybody is got inspiration from all over the place, I think it's very important to touch your own ground and see what is. I mean, for instance, I'm living in the north part of the country, where there's a lot of nature, and we have huge old dolmens, like they're called the Hunebedden, and it's a bit like Stonehenge in the south of England, but not as huge as that. But you know, and they're really places of magical power, and I think everybody who's sticking their nose outside the door and they go where their feet want to go, that's very important. Not where your head wants to go, but where your feet wants to go. You will find places where you go like, oh, wow, this is, I can feel it in my feet. This is power. This is, I have goosebumps all over my legs, or I always say I have champagne bubbles in my legs. You know, it's better than goosebumps, I think. So, You know, it's connecting. It's really true connecting. That's what it's
I love that. I call them truth bumps. So when I hear something that reigns true or in alignment, I get the goosebumps everywhere. So I call them, instead of goosebumps, truth bumps.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, can I annex that? Well?
Yes.
Truth bump. Yeah.
I think it should just go viral. Truth bumps. Everyone should use it. It's not mine. I don't own it.
Good. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's and you know, if I go in nature, I always open myself and ask the forest, or ask, you know, the place where I am. So tell me if there's something important for me to know. And then, you know, I open, and sometimes I see a beautiful cloud in a certain shape, or sometimes I see a bird, and then I sometimes even look it up. What is the, you know, the spiritual meaning of the bird, or you know, I know because I studied it. A lot of the, you know, the meaning of medicine, you know, animals that you can see, or totem animals. So as the magical thing is that if you open for it, they will come and show themselves to you. They will come and show. It's so. I lived in a forest for 20 years. I never saw a snake. And the year that I decided to become a full pro teacher, trainer, what I do, I saw 5 snakes, you know, 5 different snakes on different places. And you know, the snake is a symbol for transmutation, like you are who you are, but the outside is growing with you and is changing with you. Yeah.
I love that. I love that so much. Yeah. I actually, Anita, back in my early 20s, I did a Vipassana. It's a 10-day silent meditation. And you have to be completely silent for the whole 10 days. And I saw a snake right in front of me completely come out of its skin, and I picked up the warm skin from the snake, and I was going through a complete transformation at the same time. But I couldn't tell anyone because I was in 10-day silent meditation. It was amazing. So yeah, snakes are a really powerful symbol of transformation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, what a wonderful story. Yeah, I had the same experience, but a bit mundane, in a zoo. I was in a zoo and I saw a snake changing skin completely. And did you know that if a snake changes the skin, it also changes the skin of the eyes, so it can't see really properly? I have a feeling that we're in a situation with humanity. We're in the same situation right now. Like there is a transformation and we can't see where we're going because of, you know, we have to crack the skin of our eyes. Not really, of course, but you know what I'm saying. And then we have clear vision, and you know, some of the people, we are already head out and we have a clear vision, but there are a lot of people who are still in that too tight skin, wanted to come out and can't see where we're going right now. Yeah,
that makes so much sense to me. And I think when people can't see, they go into the fear state, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Into that reptilian part of the brain that is in survival mode. Yeah. So. Yeah. So you said that at the beginning that you were going to draw a card for us
I thought. Yeah, that's what I do, you know. So, and I also want to teach everybody who is watching this my way of pulling a card, which is what I do. In my left hand, I make, well, first I shuffle the cards, of course. So I do it like that. And then I make, what is this, a fan? Do you call this a fan?
Yeah, fan.
Like that? Yeah. And then this is my left receiving hand. So the magical power of the cards are coming into my heart and connect my right hand, my outgoing and my choosing hand. And what I always do is I do this, and then I open my third eye and then see what's happening. So I'm asking now, this is the Goddess Oracle cards, and I'm asking now which goddess will be very important for us all the coming time. So what I do, I go under the cards, and there will be one card who will stick to my finger. And there it comes. Ah, and it's a Celtic goddess. It's Maeve, and Queen Maeve. She was an Irish, well, queen and goddess, and she was powerful. I've been to Maeve's Mount in County Sligo, and there's a huge hill of stones, and the story goes that, well, Maeve had to fight during her menstruation, and she didn't want to, so she got so furious that all the stones who are on top of that hill, they were the heads of the of the people she beheaded. So that's a lady not to mess with. And I really like what this card says, because it says cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy level, and emotions. And I think this is really, really, really important for us all, because the feminine power is not like a beam, but it's an organic power. It's like you grow in spring, not in winter, you know? So you rest in winter. You don't want to become really, you know, like active, because it's not the time for it. And I think, you know, compared to our cycles and rhythms, I think it's the time for us to go inside and to see what is really important for you, and to feel where your power is. And then in spring, go outside and connect with people and build community and let the feminine power rise and live again. So I think we can use Queen Maeve to guide us in that one, because she wasn't afraid. She was going there. And she led the whole Celtic society to a better and more sustainable way of living in those olden days. So yeah, I like her.
I like her too. And I really love that she wasn't someone that you mess with, you know, that she was this, like, she knew, you know, where she was going, what she was doing, and had that.
She was a fertility, but also a warrior goddess, you know, like a maternal goddess, but also someone not to mess with. Bit like we.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think that's really important, you know, addressing that warrior part. You know, I feel as well like we've had all this time to meditate and to kind of be passive, but now in the world, I mean, I love that you drew that card, because it's like, now it's time to be active, and it is time to take a stand. But I also love how you said in the right season, like in the aligned season, not to be in spring when you're in winter. I love that.
Yeah. And well, it's even more personal. I mean, if you are not ready yet, don't go out there, you know, because it doesn't work like that. So easy does it, but also, if you feel like you have to go, well, go for it then. You know, it's like that. It's like really using the circle of, it's like, you know, the full moon or new moon. It's different energies. And it also depends on when you are born, what's your sign for your astrological sign. It has to do with so many things. So it's really important to connect with your own heart, with your own intuition and your own, soul, before you can do a thing like that. I mean, you have to, you have to go in before you can go out. You have to go down before you can go up. I mean, that's the circles of life. Yeah. And the cycles of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Maeve. Yeah.
I've been studying the seasons too. And the interesting thing about the seasons, because, you know, we are such a global, unified community as well, is that the seasons are different at different places on the earth. But what I've been learning is actually it's the season within. So you're, you know, even though it could possibly be winter outside, you could have a spring inside, which is what I'm experiencing at the moment.
Yeah. If it is spring in your heart, then it would be foolish to ignore that. I mean, but also if it is winter around you, be aware in who you show your first sprouts, you know, be aware and cover them. If your surroundings are frosty, well, cover them then, because you know what I mean? I'm talking in a symbolic way now, you know, but it is very important that you manage your own power, your own feelings, your own emotion, and also your own spiritual connection. I mean, if you can talk with people who understand you, well, perfect, because then you lift each other up. But if you have dream stompers and people who laugh at you, well, don't share your inner information with them. Be in power of your own, you know, sit on your own throne, you know, and don't let them kick you off it. I mean, own your own, path.
I love
Very
that.
important.
I love that,
Very
Anita.
important.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful. I love that. Sit on your own throne. Yeah, that's what I've done. I've claimed my throne and claimed my crown and gone out there and started saying who I am. And I understand what you mean about, you know, making sure to be protective of one's own, you know, shoots that are just starting to blossom. Yeah, that's really, really, really good advice. So the next thing is, because I'm noticing the time goes by so quickly when you're having fun. And you talked about some offerings that you would like to offer everyone that's participating that signs up for the All Access Pass, which I'm calling the Backstage Pass. So would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, you know, I studied a lot of, you know, the old way of oracle meanings, like Petra, like Delphi, you know, the priestesses who predicted things, and also the gypsy ways. Yesterday I had my Oracle Cafe, and I told people that I was predicted as well. My mother, she got a gypsy at the door, and that lady, she almost fell down because she hadn't eaten and she was thirsty. So my mother asked her in. And then she said, well, you are so sweet and kind. Let me lay cards for you. And my mother, she was adventurous, just like I was. And then that lady said, well, there is this knight coming to rescue you, because my mother was in a poor situation at that moment, and is going to rescue you, and you will have a child, and she will be a daughter. And then in that same year, my father, the knight in shining armor, was not on a horse but on a motorbike. And she worked at a gas station, so that's how they met. And a year after that, I was born. So I was predicted by an oracle, actually, by cards. So I think that's also, my mother told me the story. I thought that was really funny. But I work with oracle cards. I teach people how to become a certified oracle card reader. And I see oracle cards as a key or a porch to our intuition, to our what is working at the moment inside of me. So I work with that. And what I would love to do is do a group oracle, ritual, and give people a bit of how you say that? I'm looking for a word in English, like introduction. A journey or an introduction to the oracle cards, and you have so many. I've studied tarot and all kinds of oracle cards, and so I can choose whatever I like and give that to a group, which is even more powerful because you have the group energy to go with it. So yeah, I'm really inviting people to join that.
Oh, that sounds magical. That sounds really magical. And just so everyone understands, this will be a live group oracle reading and with instruction with Anita, which is going to be so powerful. So it'll be, live is it going to be about an hour?
Yeah.
An hour. Yeah. So, and that will happen during the summit. So if you sign up for the All Access Pass, Backstage Pass, then that means that you can join this amazing, amazing workshop with Anita. And I'm definitely going to be there. That's going to be so powerful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would love to see you there. I would love to see all of you there. Yeah. And then, if people have really important questions, we can go into that and show how I work. So it can also be very inspiring if you have cards and they're just laying there and you go like, yeah, what can I do with them? It's my fun and my pleasure, and I really love to inspire people in different ways how to use oracle cards.
Oh, wow. That sounds like amazing. Oh, I'm definitely going to be there. Oh, that sounds like so much fun and informative as well. Really informative. So thank you for that offering. That's a really big and beautiful offering. Yeah. Great. And so just the last thing is, if one thing that you could say to humanity during these times, what would it be?
Go in nature, just breathe, keep yourself safe, connect with loving people, and this too shall pass.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There'll be better times ahead. Yeah.
So I love that you say that we're in the cave, we're in the cocoon, and to enjoy the time that we have in the cave, in the cocoon, because this too shall pass.
Make it as nice as possible for yourself. And my grandmother always says, if it can't be done the way it should be done the way it can. And and I think that's a really good one. I mean, we're in this together, and we need to, keep grounded and keep ourselves safe, and then make it as joyous and as pleasant as you can do for yourself. Because if you are making yourself whole and use this time to reset yourself. It can also be a time of great inner growth and actually a blessing if we are treating this right, Yeah. And not let all the information from outside drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes hard.
You know what I'm feeling to do with you is just bringing our hands in prayer, the two of us, and just taking a moment. And I'm asking everyone to take a moment that you're watching right now, just to bring your hands together, close your eyes. Let's just take a moment, Anita, for both of us to send a blessing of love, of light, of grounding, for all those that are watching right now. Nice big deep breaths in and exhale. And you can even imagine that you're a tree and dropping your roots down into the earth. May all beings be happy. May all beings find peace. May all beings find safety and security. So many blessings to everyone out there that's been with us today. Sending you so much love, so many blessings. Beautiful. I could definitely feel that. Thank you, Anita. Thank you so much. I feel like our session today was very grounding and very activating for the root chakra. Like it really felt so needed for this time right now. And we're even wearing red. And we didn't plan on doing root chakra, but we definitely did. Oh,
thank you. It was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And I hope we can do it more often.
Yes, we will. This is just the beginning.
Right.
Okay.